So Prosper, over here I have 192.168.1.3. Then over here I have 192.168.1.2. Then over here I have
the printer.
I have 1.4. So they're all on the same network. So ideally they should be able to reach each other. But currently, yes, they're all on the same network. But you are in a facility. You don't want all the devices to have access to the server because it's a finance server. So you want to segment the server. So then you create a new VLAN, VLAN 10. So your VLAN 10, only the people, so you put the server on VLAN 10, which we've done. This is ETH6. So we've put this port on VLAN 10 over here. So exit. So we have ETH6 here. That is the port going to the server. We've put VLAN 10 on it as access because this device, we are not going to configure a VLAN on it. So only the ports which have VLAN 10 will have access to this device. So currently we've on this port, this is port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On this port, we've already configured VLAN 10 on the corresponding port. That is port 1. That is port 1 over here. We've configured VLAN 10 for these two ports. That's port 1 and 2. So they would have access here. So we can confirm that by doing our ping here. The server is 192.168.1.1. We have access. So it's from both of these two devices. So we have access. So now we want to try the customer care. We don't want the customer care to be able to have access to the server since they are not on it. So first we go to our switch and confirm the port. The customer care is connecting to port 3. We've put VLAN 20 on port 3, so they shouldn't have access to the server since the server is on port 10. It's on VLAN 10. So we do our ping to the server, that's 1.1. It doesn't have access to it. It shouldn't also have access to any of these two devices. So that's 1.2 and then 1.3, even though they're on the same network. When you're talking, yes. So now we have this customer care device, which is on port 4. We have to pass it on VLAN 20. So we come back to the switch. Let me do a continuous ping to it. Currently, I don't have access to it because it's on VLAN 1. So we have port 4, we have nothing configured, so it will be on VLAN 1. So we can do show VLAN brief. So port 4 is on VLAN 1, so we have to move it to customer care VLAN here. So we enter into the global configuration mode. We go to the port we want, that's fast Ethernet 0/4. So we want to make it an access port since it's connecting to an end device. So and switch port mode, access, and then we add the VLAN 1 switch port, access VLAN 20. That's the customer care VLAN. So now we should be able to ping it from this. So it's negotiating now because it's, so we wait for it to be fully connected, then we do the ping. Okay, it's connected now, so our ping should go through. But let me just ping again. Then let me confirm the IP address here. Okay, it's 1.6. So Okay, it's going through now. But let me remove the configuration we had so that you can confirm previously. So we do no switch ports access VLAN. So we wait for the port to come up again, then we confirm the pings will not go through since they're not on the same VLAN. The port is up now, but it's still not able to go through because they're not on the same VLAN. So we actually put this port on VLAN 20 since we want it to be on the customer care VLAN. And now our ping should go through after it's done negotiating. So I want to ask a question. This printer, this is on port 5. Will we be able to ping it? What devices here can be able to ping this printer? You can let me show anything you want me to show for you. Then you tell me what devices can ping this printer. Okay, I want this port to come up, then I can. So now I'm between the customer care, I'm able to reach each other. Okay, I think that's fine. So this printer, if anyone can answer, Edu, Leonard, Nat, Richmond. Our IP address is 1.4. So what the network can we ping? Can we use to ping this guy currently? I can check the configuration.
The laptop 2.
Which laptop 2? This one?
No.
This one?
Is customer care on VLAN?
Yes.
This one, yeah. Where you are?
This one is on ETH. This one is on Fast Ethernet 5. So let me show you the VLAN. Show VLAN brief. So you can see this is port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have it here. So which device will be able to ping our printer here, given this information?
Which one is port 1?
Port 1 is here.
Port 2 is here.
Port 3 is here. Port 4 is here. Port 5 is the printer. Port 6 is the server.
Because we have port 3 and port 4 on VLAN 20. And then we have port 1, 2, and 6 on VLAN 10.
So I'm thinking the printer will not be able to ping any of them.
Yeah, any of them.
Okay. So
because it's on VLAN 1.
VLAN 1.
Okay. So let's confirm that. Okay, so the printer. Let me see if it's okay. Let's ping the printer rather. So let's go to config. We have the IP as 1.4. We just try 2 devices. Not able to ping it. Then we come here to not able to ping it. But we want, this is a customer care printer. I really want these guys to be able to have access to it. So what should I do now for only these guys to have access to it?
Which of the 2 customer cares?
Yes.
They are on VLAN 20.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to add the printer
to VLAN 20.
We have to add the printer to the VLAN 20.
Okay, so that means I have to add that port on the VLAN 20 as an access.
Yes.
So I go to configure.
So port 5 should be added.
Okay, port 5 should be removed from here and added here. Okay, so that's correct.
Yes, VLAN 20.
Okay, so interface Fast Ethernet 0/5. So we want it to be an access port. So the mode should be access. Usually it comes as access port, so you can ignore this, but you just set it since it's not configured. And then your switch ports access VLAN should be 20 as you want it to only communicate with this. So enter, then we are done. It's negotiating, so you wait for it to come up, then we confirm it. So will this guy be able to reach it? This guy? Finance 1.
Finance, no. Finance 1 cannot print. Cannot
Okay,
reach
so
the
finance
printer.
one will not be able to print. If this one, finance one will not be able to, because on a different VLAN. So now even though you're on the same, with IP address wise, you're on the same network, but layer 2 wise, your network is now segmented. You don't have you don't have full reachability because you're on different networks. So this is the use case of a VLAN. You may be on the same layer 3 network, but you'll be different. You'll be segmented in the layer 2. You don't have access to it or your devices. So here we know now this should be able to reach 1.4. So only our customer care devices should be able to reach 1.4. So I think that is clear for everyone.
Yeah, it's clear.
For VLAN use case.
Yes.
Yeah, so we just do it. We just add a trunk, then we are done. Is that fine? Then we are done with VLAN, then we move on quickly.
Yeah.
So now the VLAN will limit the broadcasting or a message.
So whenever there's a packet coming from, this guy will not target with any VLAN because it doesn't have a VLAN. But when it gets to this port will only send it with a tag of VLAN 20 on it. Outward, it will have a tag of VLAN 20 on it going. So when it gets to any port that has VLAN 20 to take it. But if it is an access port, when it gets the VLAN, it will remove the tag and send it to the end user device. It will not keep the tag on it since it's an access port.
Okay.
So let's say when this guy sends a packet, it will go to both this guy and this guy. All these guys will receive it, but these guys will see the tag of 10, 10, 10 on the door, ignore it. These guys will take it, remove the tag and send the information to these guys.
Okay, so is the switch that will remove the tag and send the packet to the right port?
Yes, the port remove the tag because it's an access port. It will remove the tag. So now let's just do a trunk port quickly. Then we are done with it. So I get a different switch. So let me get a switch. I put a switch here. Then I connect these two. Richmond and Leonard, do you guys have a packet tracer?
Yeah. I think I do.
Okay, sure. If not, I can send you the setup. So,
yeah, I have.
So here, let's do it.
You asked something I didn't hear.
Do you have packet tracer?
Packet tracer?
Yes.
Currently, no. I've used it before, but currently it's not on my laptop.
Yeah, you can try and have it so that you can. We'll be doing. We can practice some of the things because we'll have assignments. Then we'll practice. So now we have this setup here. So we just want to have the concept of a trunk port. So here we have customer care and we have finance. So we have two different VLANs that should come here. That means over here, we have to pass two VLANs here. So to be able to pass more than one VLAN, the ports have to be trunk ports. Have to be a trunk port. So so first let's go here and put the two VLANs we have. So we go to our CLI, go to enable, go to configure terminal to be able to do configuration. Then we go to VLAN. We just do it VLAN 10. We name it for finance. And then that's all. We are done. Then we exit. Then we have VLAN 20. We name it. The name is for customer care. So just customer _ care. We are done. Exit. I don't know the port these two are going to. So let me shut down one of them. So interface first Ethernet 0/1 shut down. Okay, so this is 0/1. That's not the port I want, so no chat. Then I exit. I go to 0/2. Okay, so this is 0/2, then this will be 0/3. So I do no chat. So what VLAN should be on 0/2 over here?
VLAN 10.
VLAN 10. Okay, should it be an access port or a trunk port?
No, is the trunk port not between the switch 1 and switch 0 and switch 2?
Okay, sure. So here will be access because it's going to an end device.
Yes.
It's an end device, and it's,
Yes.
you don't. This guy doesn't have VLAN configured, so you don't have to put trunk here. Else it won't get it. So access ports. Then we do switch ports, access VLAN. Then we come here. Oh no, we don't need to come here. We just go here. So we exit and we go to the next port. That will be fast Ethernet 3. So we do it access, then we pass VLAN 20. This is correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So let's give an IPs over here. So we configure as fast Ethernet 0. So 192.168.1. So we do here 10 for the customer care. Okay, 10 for customer care and 11 for the finance. $10 for customer care, 11 for finance. So from here, will I be able to ping these two guys?
You can only ping finance.
From here, I'll be able to ping finance.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Leonard, will I be able to ping finance?
But have you finished the transport?
Have you done the trunk?
No, I've not done the
not
trunk,
done
so
the
I'll not be able to ping it.
You can ping.
Okay, so we
Oh,
have
then
to,
do the trunk.
okay, let me do the trunk. So I have to do it on both sides. So configure terminal. This port is fast Ethernet 0/6. So switch port, the mode should be trunk now. So the configuration will be switch ports. This time it's not access, it's trunk. And the configuration is allowed.
Is it compulsory to set the mode?
Yeah, you have to set the mode. If it is access port, you don't necessarily need to because the ports come as access. But it's usually ideal to set it so that when someone logs into your configuration, they know you want that port to be access or trunk, also to be blank. So here we have, yes. So let me just go back and just show you something. Exit briefly. Show run. If you see the ports, all these ports, they are access ports, but you don't have any configuration here. If you connect maybe your laptop and you configure the 1 dot something, you'd have access, but it's not clearly defined as we've defined over here. So that's an issue. Yeah, you want your configuration to be clear so you can put it there. But if you want it to be quick, you don't need to if it's an access port. So configure terminal. So we go to back to our interface fast Ethernet 0/6. We've already configured the trunk. Is it 0/? Okay, we've already configured the trunk, but you have to remove this configuration. It was an old configuration, so let's do it. No switch ports access VLAN 10. So to configure this one is switch ports trunk and it's allowed. So it's allowed VLAN. So you can, let's use the question mark so that you get it from there. So you have allowed. Allowed is to set the allowed VLANs you can do. You have native, that's step native. So you want allowed and VLAN. So allowed VLAN. So you can set all that, any VLAN, but we want to set specific because in future, if we have another department, we may not want it to go to their side. So over here, allowed VLAN, we'll do it only, let's do it 10 for now. So that we appreciate it 10. So we come here to, then we set the same thing. Interface F fast Ethernet 0/1. Switch port mode trunk. Because this is a trunk port, so we want to pass multiple VLAN. So switch port trunk, allowed VLAN 10. So now what pings will go through? Will I be able to reach the customer care server?
No.
Those on VLAN 10 should go through. but VLAN 20 will not be able to pass through.
Okay, so show VLAN.
We've only allowed VLAN 10.
We've only, okay, sure.
So VLAN 20, we have customer care on VLAN 20.
Okay. But as you can see over here, you see you don't see port one, you don't see port one over here. If you still don't see, because it's a trunk port, you don't see it here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but let's just confirm we can ping finance now. We can ping. So now we can ping our 11.
Campaign.
Yes, but this will not be able to ping the 10 because 20 is not there. So we just add 20 on both sides. So now you should be able to ping over here. Let's see. Now it's going through, so now we're able to ping. So I think now the concept of VLANs is clear for everyone.
Yes, it's very clear.
So when you are connecting, maybe as you know when to do the trunk, when to do access, it's pretty simple, right? Okay, so that's how you can segment your if you have only maybe a block of IP address and you're not allowed to segment the IP addresses, you can just use VLANs to segment your network. Richmond, are you guys clear with static routes? Because we want to do dynamic routes quickly. If not, we can just go over static routes briefly before we go to dynamic routes.
I'm okay with it.
So we can go to dynamic routes briefly, just now.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Want to start a different session rather?
Yeah, I'll start a different section. I'll not use this to do it because. And this one is not so important. So
Can save the packet tracer for us. Yeah.
Okay, I'll save this one for you. We'll have an assignment on this. So let me just create a new one. Yeah. So, Rachel, as you know, we have we have what is it called? Static routes that you can use to statically send connect your networks. But when your networks are becoming big, it's not advisable because it's very difficult to manage it. So that's why you need a dynamic routing protocol for your network. So you can use either REP, OSPF, EIGRP, or maybe sometimes you can use IBGP. That's for your but that is not necessarily for directed. So all these other routing protocols, that's REP, OSPF, these ones you use it when you can use it between directly connected devices for your dynamic route. So we'll use 4 devices to demonstrate this. Yes. If you have any question, you can just ask during it. We'll configure a very simple network.
Is this static route or dynamic route?
No, this is we are doing dynamic routes. So this side is so dynamic route. I'm putting this side as 192. So I'm putting an IP over here. That's IP address. No, this is a router, so I can put an IP address on this interface. That's gigabit interface 0/0/0. So this will be pretty quick. So I'm doing 1.1. I'm doing a 255.255.0. And the routers, they come, all the ports are shut down, so you have to undo shuts to bring it up. So that port is up for this guy. So we come here to the second router, come to the CLI. If you don't understand anything, you can just let me know. So let me just name it. So that is R2 0/0/0 is the port that is going down to this guy. So I'll do no shuts for it to come up, no shuts down to bring the port up. So the IP address here will be on this in the same network. So 192.168.1.2 this time. The other one was 1.1. So we have 1.2. Then we have 255.255.255.0. So let me just confirm I can ping this guy over here. So that'll be 192.168.1.1. And so I'm able to reach it 4 out of 5. Let me just ping again, 5 out of 5. I'm able to ping it. I'm able to ping this guy. You know, for the routers, each port is a different network. So this is a network on its own. This one also be a different network. Are you guys familiar with that? If not, you can let me know, then I can explain. So configure terminal, we configure that port, that's interface gigabit 0/0/1. So in our previous lecture, we spoke about it. So the first is the frame, the second is the slot, and the last one is the port. So frame 0, slot 0, port 1. I put an IP address on a different network. So let me put an IP address on the same network and see what's the router will tell me. Ideally, you shouldn't accept it. 192.168.1.3, 255.255.255.0. You see what it's telling me here? Can you see what it's telling me? It overlaps with this guy. So the router, this is a different network. This is also a different network. So you can't put the same, even though it's a different IP, it can't be in the same network. It won't work. Every port is seen as a different network. So I have to use a different network address. So here we'll do 2.1 over here. So here is the .1 network. Here's the .2 network. I'll do the .3 network over here. So IP address 192.255.255.255.0. That's a /24. Let me see. No shuts down. Then I come here. I'm done with R2. I come to R3 quickly. So let me name it so that it's clear. R3 interface, gigabit interface 0/0/0. That's the one going towards this guy from R3, this R3 here. Let me do no shutdown for the ports to come up. Then IP address should be 192.168.2.2, 255.255.255.0. Then I go to the port that is going down. No shutdown. So here to let me just use .2 so that you see this, you pay attention to that. Because I've already used .2 on the same device, I can't use .2 here again. So to tell me that this network overlaps, so I can't use this. So you have to use a different network here. Richmond, is that clear?
Sure.
So this side has to be a different network from this side. I'm going to finish soon though. So I think here we are done with here. All I'm doing is just putting an IP address. So we come here. Let me see whether I did no. I think I did a no shot. So we come here. CLI no enable config down terminal host name R4. Then interface. This has only one interface, as you can see, that is connected. So gigabit interface 0/0/0, no shuts. Then IP address 192.168.3.2. We are done. So here we are come to do layer 3 routing. Maybe we'll take maybe 3 weeks, but first, usually what is important when you're in a router is to check your routing table, always. So how to check your routing table, it depends on the device you are using. So the syntax over here is show IP routes. As you see, so here if you see, if I do show IP routes here, I hope you can all see clearly. If you can see, I can zoom it. Let me just do it there. Let's go. It's over here. Here is local. C is connected. It's here. There's O for OSPF. So if you see here, I have C. I am connected to this network. I am connected to 192.168.1.0. That is this network I've put over here. And then the local is yourself. I'm .1. So I don't have any other routing in this guy, in this over here on this router. That is here. Let me do this. Let me name it correctly over here so that yes, R1. Oh. R4. So, Rich, you guys can see we have 3 different networks, and I've done it .1, .2, .1, .2, .1, .2. So, over here, Richmond, do you think I'll be able to reach 192.168.2.1? That is over here. 2.1, that is over here. Or anyone else, Edu, anyone can answer. Yeah, anyone can answer.
You said, can you reach what?
2.1, that is the port over here. I'm in R1. Will I be able to reach 2.1?
Yeah, it's directly connected.
No, will I be from here? Will I be able to reach 2.1?
Yeah, but 2.1.
The answer is no. I'll not be able to reach it because it's on a different network. And when you are over here, when you're in R1, as you check here, let's finish checking. It's 0. I'm not able to reach it because if I do show IP route, it doesn't know any network has 2 dot something. So I won't be able to reach it unless I do a static route. So I can do so we'll just do static route briefly so that you get it. I'll remove all the static route. So configure. I'll just do a static route. So I can do IP route. That's if I want to get to this guy, that's 192.168.2.0 network. Then, so if I want to get to this guy, my next hop, so let me do question mark. Question mark would be forwarded router ID. My next hop should be this guy since I know this port. So that would be 192.168.1.2. So I can exit and I can do my show IP route now. When I do my show IP route, S stands for static, as you can see over here. So now I know how to get to that network.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to get to that network. So now if I do my ping, it should go through now. So now you see it's going through. But that means if I want to, it's a long way. I have to do static routes back and forth. We don't want to do static routes. So let's do, or if you want, you can do the static route, then we clean up, then we do the, do you want us to do the static route?
Yeah, I think we can squeeze
That will
both.
be okay. Okay, sure. So let me do the static route. So now I'm able to hit this side, 2.1. That is this side. You guys know here is 2.1, right? Richmond here. Okay, so will I be able to hit this side? That is 2.2. Will I be able to hit this side? That is 2.2. Yeah, anyone can answer.
You said, will you be able to hit what?
This side, that is 2.2. 192.168.2.2. Will I be able to reach it when I do a ping?
Nah.
Why?
You've not pointed a static route to that one.
No, it is. This is a network. I know the whole network. I know if I want to go to the 2.0 network, I have to go to this guy that I know I have access to.
You've set it already.
So will I be able to reach 2.2?
So you can ping the 2.
If you want, you will not be able, because you've not said that if you want to go to 2.2, you should pass through.
No, it's here. It's the whole network. The static route is not for one IP, it's for the whole network. This is a network.
Yes, it's 2.0. So
Dot
you can
zeros.
ping .1, you can ping .2.
Yeah, 0/24. That means in this network, we will do the networking. But in this network, you have 254 usable IPs. That is 1 to 254. So will I be able to ping 2.2?
Yes, you should be able to ping it.
Okay, but the answer is no. So as you see, I'm not able to ping it. So let's finish that.
So it means you have to enlarge the static route.
No, so because over here, this guy doesn't know anything about this network. So we are in router 3 now. We can go to exit.
Yeah, but I thought you said you've done the static route there.
No, we've only done it over here.
You've already done it.
Here, R1.
Okay.
Yeah, so R1 knows how to reach this network. But you are pinging, when you ping this guy, so let me come here so that maybe you understand the ping. The reason we're able to get to 2.1 is because we are going to R2 to check its routing table. So in routers, you always check the routing table. So show IP routes. This is my routing table. Let me go to router 1. That is here. When I go to router 1 and I do a trace route, let me see trace route. The IP I wanted to ping 192.168.2.1. Let me source it. Okay, it's not giving me source, so it's fine. You see, it goes to 1.2 first. So first, this is my routing table, but it goes to 1.2. Then 1.2 is this guy. So now we come here, we show IP route in router 2. This router knows how to reach this guy because it knows how to reach the one network, this network. Let me copy something so that's when I do. Hold on. Okay, now it's fine. Richmond, do you see the routing table?
Yeah.
So this is router 2, R2. It is C means directly connected. It is directly connected to